Ooblets is an all-time favorite game of mine, but even though I absolutely adore it and I loved so much about it, I've been so distracted with other games that I haven't actually played it in nearly 6 months. That was until yesterday's spring update was released. As soon as I saw the tweet from the official Ooblets account about the update, I knew I had to play again. So last night on stream, I tried it out. And while the update is absolutely adorable, I did find some things a little confusing at first. Things did start to make sense eventually, so here's what you need to know. The spring event is the main focus of the update, and it is running from now until the end of May. Through this event, you can craft new food and glimmy globs, which I'll get to in a bit, and also unlock new clothing. Plus, a new ooblet called Tater Flop has arrived. Loading up the game, I was super confused on the first day of the event. The tables were set up for making glimmy globs, and the bounce salad was on the table behind. But in order to craft those items, you need the petals, which can be found all around town on the ground. I searched all over Badge Town, but could not see any petals anywhere, except for the ones floating in the air. I even tried in other towns, but had no luck, and I almost wondered if possibly it was like Animal Crossing where I had to catch the floating petals with a net, but no such net exists in Ooblets, so I was kind of hoping it was possibly just an anomaly and they would start showing up the next day. And thankfully they did. Next morning there were piles of petals all over town for me to collect. There are 3 different colours of petals, pink, yellow and white. These are used to craft the different types of glimmy globs, of which there are apparently 459 variations. I want to see if someone tries and makes all 459. I would be impressed. I know I don't have the patience, but I hope someone does. My first suggestion before you start crafting the glimmy globs is make sure you have plenty of nurnies, like as many nurnies as you can get. Each glimmy glob recipe needs a figurine, which costs 5 nurnies, but then the actual recipe for crafting the glimmy glob needs more nurnies, and this number can vary slightly depending on what type of glimmy glob you want to make. How many times am I going to say glimmy glob in this video? It's a little bit of a tongue twister too, but anyway. I absolutely adored crafting the glimmy globs and seeing what they ended up like, but I think I probably ended up spending more time gathering nurnies than anything else. You just need so many of them. And crafting the glimmy globs themselves is pretty simple. Just visit the event table, use the L and R buttons to tab over to the type you want to make and select which figurine you want to add. They are so adorable and each one I made was unique in its own way. They seem to change depending on which ooblet figurine you use and which of the 3 types of glimmy glob you choose to make. The 3 types are basic, fancy and exquisite, and I made a bunch of fancy and a bunch of basic, but I never had enough to make an exquisite one. Maybe someday I will be able to, because I am definitely going to be making more of these. I love them so much that I ended up making so many in a short time, and I only stopped because I ran out of nurnies and petals. And make sure you shake the glimmy globs too, because the little animation watching the petals fly around them is really adorable. I think my favourite that I've created so far is the first one I made. It was for my favourite ooblet, which is the gloopy long legs, and I really love the spooky vibe of the little scene going on inside. Crafting the glimmy globs also unlocks new clothing and items. I unlocked a few different pairs of overalls, a hat, some wall paint, a skirt I think as well, and this sweet shirt that makes it look like I'm a retired man in his 60s holidaying at a resort or on a cruise ship. I love it. The last part of the update that I tried out last night was battling the new ooblet Tater Flop. It's so adorable and I can't decide which of the standard colours I like better. I haven't seen the gleamy one yet, so I'm assuming that one's going to be just as adorable. In order to battle the Tater Flop, you need bounce salad, which is crafted at the table behind the glimmy globs crafting space. It's kind of confusing doing this the first time because you don't walk up to the back table to access the crafting menu for the bounce salad. You have to go to the table in front and then tab over to the back table with the R button. Battling the Tater Flops wasn't too challenging, but they seem to have some pretty great moves. I can't wait to have one on my team for sure. I managed to unlock the 2 standard colours and I was planning on planting the seed so I'd have my own Tater Flops, but sadly this morning my switch has decided to break and now everything's corrupted. I hope I can fix it. I think I can. It's an annoying issue, but I'm just glad I got to try out the update before it happened. Overall, I really loved the spring event, especially once I understood how to actually do most of it. The glimmy globs are so great, and as soon as my switch is fixed, I'm going to craft a bunch more because I need more of them. I have a feeling my house may end up filled with them. If you haven't tried out Ooblets at all, now is the time to do so, not only because of this spring event that's awesome, but it's currently on sale for a third off in the Nintendo eShop. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this mini review and the small tips I gave help you with the update, and let me know if you try it out and what you think, because I'd love to hear it. Do like this video and subscribe if you haven't yet. I play lots of cozy indie games and have a lot of fun on my channel, so it'd be great to have you here. Stay fresh, cheese bags. Bye!